Hello! Welcome back to the Nerd Fusion podcast. This is episode 15 for July, what is it? It's July something.
26.
26.
26.
It's the end of July.
2015.
Where did July go?
I don't know.
It was July 4th, and now it's almost over.
Oh my
I don't know what
god.
happened.
The summer's over, basically, isn't
seems
it?
like I was
Yeah.
just in London for Minecon, and now all of a
Wait.
sudden it's August.
I hate to remind chat, but most people have to start going back to
Yeah,
school.
isn't school like halfway through August?
Oh, don't bring
Yeah.
that up.
Oh god.
Jeez, sore subject. Hello,
I know.
everybody. So we're live on the Dan's Gaming channel because
Well.
Sevenus couldn't be here today, and we couldn't find the password for the Nerd Fusion account on Twitch. So we had
To be fair, it's like 100 characters long, and it's like
Yeah.
all random letters and numerical whatever. It's ridiculous. So, I mean, Sev's a robot, but only he knows
Yes.
it. He's not here today.
We are lost without Sevidus.
yeah,
a little bit.
that's a normal thing. Like that's pretty much he leaves and then everything falls apart.
He is our shepherd.
Yep, absolutely. So, welcome back. If you've never seen this podcast before, I'm Bacon Donut. I'm the bassist, and we have Dan's Gaming here. He's the rhythm guitar. Waffle over there, he's the lead guitar, and Pause on Pause, who is not joining us today, he's on drums, and Sevidus, he's the tour manager that keeps it all together.
Why do you get bass? I like bass more than
He likes
like
bass.
lead. You could do lead. I have to doesn't the
Okay.
lead guitar sing a lot?
Of the two of us, which of us actually owns a bass guitar in this house right now?
Which one owns any guitars in this house right now? You own like 5.
Wait, how many?
I own 4 keyboards though, I will say.
I have
They're all in the garage.
3. I have 2 acoustics, 1 electric guitar, and 1 bass guitar.
I'll play the key. I call the
2
keyboard. Then.
dulcimers and a
You have a dulcimer?
2 dulcimers.
Wait, you do?
One is left-handed and
Are you serious?
One's right-handed. Yeah, and then I've got a ukulele as
That's like
well.
one of my favorite instruments.
Yeah.
I love it. Isn't a dulcimer the stringed instrument that lays flat and you play it with? Like
Yeah, there's several different kinds of dulcimers, but yeah, the mountain
Okay.
dulcimer is the one that's long and you put on your lap.
Yep, I love those. My roommate had one and I used to play it like every day and it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm from Kentucky, and it's an Appalachian mountain like instrument from there. Anyway, why the crap are we talking about that?
This is pretty.
my
this is
gosh.
pretty normal for the
Oh, we're back
podcast.
to the
though.
podcast.
So
It's
yeah,
like just chilling and stuff, and we're
I'm
just
just
like,
drinking
oh, yeah.
my delicious Gatorade.
Are you? I'm drinking my
Yes.
delicious tap water.
I'm going to name drop Red Bull.
Mm-hmm.
And shout outs to Dan's Gaming for going all the way downstairs to get this out of the fridge.
I got to hear him grunt while he was walking on the stairs and everything because the headset was
Yeah,
that far.
headset
Oh,
was
God.
still on. So this is the casting couch at the Nerd House.
We really should not call it the casting couch. I'm just gonna say
Yes, it's the streaming couch.
or the broadcasting couch or something. Just not straight up the casting couch.
Okay.
Because that is a adult movie site.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I mean, we do have lots of lights and cameras and green screen.
Yes.
Don't tell him that.
So I don't know.
This couch is a bit sticky today. I don't know what's going on.
Oh jeez.
Well, you in here?
Oh.
Oh God.
Dan, please.
No.
Pod couch. Oh, that works.
Podcast.
We have this big TV and we have chat on the TV.
We have a
so-
70-inch 4K TV for chat.
for chat. It's
What?
literally doing
That is
nothing.
production, man.
It's literally doing nothing
This
but
one's
Twitch chat.
1080p.
Right?
Oh, that's 1080p.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't go to the 4K.
I don't want to spend $2,000 on another
You
TV.
didn't need to.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
much was that TV?
It's like $1,200.
Okay, that's a lot less than $2
lot
grand
less,
for
yes.
4K, which like nothing is in apparently,
Oh
which
my
is great.
gosh,
It's like that future technology that you don't even need to buy yet.
Okay, so we still have is the blue foil shirt still on?
It is,
Yes.
isn't it? It's on until
Yeah.
August 2nd, I think, or something
August
like that.
2nd. Okay,
It's something like
so-
that.
So yes, the blue foil Neffy shirt is still for sale. Still time for that. That's because we met the sales goal for the Neffy Founders shirt. Thank you everyone who bought that. And all 3 of us and Sevidus as well have TwitchCon shirts for sale. So shout outs to that as well.
I'll be popping links in chat for those interested.
Sweet.
Which, if you don't know about the TwitchCon shirt, which is coming up pretty fast, that's what, end of September?
Yeah.
If you get the TwitchCon shirt for any of us, whenever we do our signings, which not only be after our panel, but also like throughout the entire event, you can skip the line for the signing, which I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't think it'd be terrible, but skipping it is always helpful. Because then you got to wait there. Like a
Yeah.
pleb, non-shirted, sexy person. It will make you sexier,
Okay.
it's true, it will.
I love that your chat is
nephews.
spamming V now.
Did you accidentally hit V?
I didn't hit V.
Oh.
Every time I copy paste something, it's a thing in my chat. Like sometimes I accidentally click V instead of
What
pasting.
is that thumbnail?
And
What am I doing?
That's amazing.
I paused it. That's
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's not a
He on his screen there's our podcast, and I'm just like doing like the face. I have no idea. All right.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
I give up trying to paste it in the chat. People are making
Hey,
type
that
in
was
V.
a solid effort, though. A for effort. Can we get some clappers for,
Oh, God.
for Dan and his
I tried.
pasting
I tried.
skills? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, so let's get to our first article. This is less of an article and more just about this. I found this on the Today I Learned Reddit, which is
I
a
love
fascinating
I
place.
love that place, but a lot of them are like really dumb.
And a lot of them are really heavy, like war heroes and stuff. And then some of them are so hilarious that you're laughing for hours. Anyway, I was fascinated by this guy. This is a man named David Hahn, and he's been nicknamed the Nuclear Boy Scout. I don't know. I figure with Fallout coming soon, this is appropriate.
Ooh.
So this is guy. He was trying to get his Eagle Scout award, and his project is kind of akin to doing a science fair experiment or whatever. He tried to make a nuclear reactor in the barn of
You can
his
do that.
mom's house.
You can make a backyard nuclear reactor.
Yeah,
I've seen YouTube videos and stuff. It's not super complicated.
yeah. So
Is it super illegal?
No, you can buy uranium on the internet.
Okay.
I mean, you're gonna get on a list.
Okay,
but sure.
this was in the late '90s, and he basically made a basin out of lead and spent $1,000 on lithium batteries, and was processing the lithium to get radioactive material out of it.
Wow.
And the government had to come to his house and quarantine the place to clean it up, and they estimated that the radioactive levels were 1,000 times above normal.
Oh my.
So he didn't actually get as far to create an actual reactor, but he clearly had radiation.
So
And he ended up getting his Eagle Scout. And when I don't know, like I've messed around with equipment in the garage or whatever before, but like
I made a potato battery.
right,
you know?
exactly. This kid is next level. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would have felt accomplished if I could, get a light bulb to work. And this kid is trying to, I don't know.
I mean,
so
don't people usually build like a bridge or something, like a small little bridge for an
like
Eagle
a
Scout
toothpick
project?
bridge, or
Not like a
solar system out of styrofoam balls.
yeah,
and
not
coat
like a
hangers.
nuclear reactor in the backyard. I will say my favorite thing about like anything about nuclear stuff is there was like an XKCD about how they like how they show how much like radiation things have, and one of like the lowest units is a banana. Like I don't
Okay.
think they call it a banana, but a banana gives off a certain amount of radiation. I forget what it's called, but they use that for a lot of like base things. Like if you sleep next to someone, you give off 3 bananas worth of radiation or something. Like, it's just like ridiculous.
Are you serious?
God, I love it.
Oh my gosh.
I'll try to
funny.
find the SKCD for that because
That's hysterical.
it's pretty good.
So yeah, so he went on, like, this was not his only foray into this stuff. So like he ended up serving in the Navy and was assigned to a nuclear submarine. And then he ended up getting arrested in 2007. So this all happened originally. The original story is from 94. So then in 2007, he was arrested in Michigan because he was going through an apartment building stealing the smoke detectors. Because he was going to, I don't know how to pronounce this element, but americinium or americanium, I don't know. It's
Americium.
Yeah.
That's the best. I've never heard a more patriotic element before.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So he was going to isolate the americanium or whatever from the smoke detectors to make more radiation, and then ended up getting arrested for it because he was stealing the smoke detectors. And it
Wow.
says that he had like visible like missing patches of skin and stuff on his face.
Oh, gross.
Apparently from radiation poisoning. From like, this guy has this obsession. Like, what is this about?
He needs more.
I want to know what his
away.
end game is. Like, where's all this leading?
He sounds like a Bond villain or something.
Right? It's like the creation of a supervillain.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it started innocently, and then he just got spurned by the Boy Scouts, and now he's on a lifelong revenge.
Or
mission.
maybe he was trying to make Half-Life 3.
There you go. There you go.
I'm not even gonna give you like a terrible joke. Oh god, I thought that whole story, by the way, was just about like the fact that someone did the Eagle Scout project that was a nuclear reactor, and then it just kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going.
It became a lifelong obsession.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't even know. Okay, so do you have the doc open, Dan?
Yes.
You wanna read the next article there?
Sure. Let's see.
Sorry, Dan's banning someone.
10 years one.
Yeah.
10-year-long video game creates hellish nightmare.
This was the coolest thing. I heard about this a few years back when there was a huge Civilization, right?
Civilization
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
There was a huge, like, if you ever go to like r// Civilization on Reddit, oh my gosh, there are some. Almost all the games are like AI based now, like that people talk about. But this was one of the coolest ones I heard about.
This guy literally played one Civ 2 game for 10 years.
I cannot believe you could play it for that long. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Like, it's nuts. Apparently, it ended up with 3 factions, and every time he's been trying to declare peace, and then someone always backstabs, and it just keeps going in a circle. For 10 years.
Wow.
A 1700-year war has happened in the game. Holy god.
I've never played the old Civs. I wonder like how different it is from the modern ones. But yeah, that is the world's just like chaos and destruction.
Yeah, do you want to describe that screenshot of the game?
The screen of the game shows that almost every city is just I see skulls everywhere. I'm guessing that either means plague or death.
It's
or
like nuclear fallout.
Nuclear fallout, so the world's just like a nuclear wasteland.
I don't remember back in Civilization 2. I know the new ones. There's a lot of different ways to win. Is there only a certain way to win in Civilization 2?
Oh,
Because I remember you could win like science victories or like peace victories and money. Like there's a lot of ways to win it, aren't there?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm surprised that game's been locked that long. Now my question is, let's say, okay, you've been playing a game for 10 years. I still have a save from my old Diablo 2 file, whatever, right? That I could technically call a certain amount of years old. I really wonder how many hours he spent in this game compared to saying a 10-year game.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find it. Somewhere he talks about
Like, how often does he play? A few hours a night?
all it says is he doesn't play every day, but returns to what he calls a hellish nightmare of suffering and devastation when he has some free time.
I'm going to bet this is more of a clickbait title than anything else.
Maybe.
I would bet.
My goal for the next few years is to try to end the war and thus use the engineers to clean out swamps and fallout so that farming may resume.
He's going to keep playing this for 10 more years?
Apparently, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I got that into a Civ game.
Does he know Civ 5's out?
There's like a bunch of other games
He
out there as well.
said that Civ 2 was released in 96, but when Civ 3 was released in 2001, he said he was already deep into his current game and wanted to see how far he could go.
Wait, he's only played like that one game of Civ. Or maybe he's played multiple, but that single game has lasted him that long.
Yeah,
Just
10
seems
years.
crazy.
It's kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know that I would have that kind of dedication. I don't know. I mean, props to him, right? Like, that's some hardcore gaming.
I've never had. What's the longest save I got, or longest game you've ever played in the same save file? Because I think my very first Minecraft world was the longest one I ever played.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably one of my Minecraft worlds.
I think I have like maybe a year max in the same Minecraft world.
Excluding World of Warcraft.
Well, there's that.
I don't know if that counts.
Right.
Excluding World of Warcraft, my longest is probably Skyrim. I've played it for weeks and weeks.
Wow. Yeah.
And weeks. It was
Waffle was just talking about modding Skyrim right before the show started.
I was watching YouTube videos last night, and I didn't realize how insanely crazy you can go when you mod Skyrim. And I want to do New Vegas, and now I'm like, maybe I should just hit Skyrim as well, because those are like huge games.
Mm-hmm.
But I've only played Skyrim for 6 hours. So
Get off the couch.
well,
right
I'm
now.
saying it's like a
Get
brand
off
new
the couch.
I can experience it with the audience, you know, and
Okay.
everything for the first time, and get backseat game like crazy.
I'm not going to tell Dan how much I've played it.
You get off the couch too.
It's just Dan's left doing the
Just Dan.
podcast by himself. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we are streaming on his channel right now, so I guess that's appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this next article is more along the lines of things that make you want to never leave your house. Waffle, you want to read the title there?
Of
Oh,
course.
God.
Is it about me? All right.
Oh God.
Fecal bacteria on 72% of shopping carts. All right. Again, it sounds like a clickbait article. Do you know how many things are covered in fecal bacteria? It's not a lot if you look at the ppm, but it's still like on everything.
They tested 85 shopping carts for poop,
You know, I'm impressed.
and 61 of them had it.
I'm impressed that the 28% that's not on there actually didn't have poop on it. I'm just saying, like, that's impressive.
How are people shitting on their hands and touching carts?
Do you wipe your butt?
It's like if you wash your hands. If you, like, I can understand you don't wash your hands every time, but if you get something on your hand, you freaking wash it like hardcore.
I know, but like, you don't understand. It's bacteria. You're not gonna see. It's not like visible. It can be really, really, really tiny.
I mean, if you feel moisture at all, you gotta.
I know, but
Sterilize.
even you know when they say soap only gets sort of 99.9% or whatever of germs and stuff, there can still be poop on your hands after you're just scrubbing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Think about like your toothbrush in your bathroom. If you're it's probably all over that and everything.
I don't know, man. This is one of those things that I would love to hear from people in chat about how your reaction to this sort of thing. Because personally, it's like this, I'm sure, has been the same way my entire life. So hearing this article doesn't make me I'm not going to be squeamish next time I go to the grocery store.
It's like someone told me how they make sausage, or like what is a sausage, and I'm like, that sounds delicious. It's like, it doesn't gross me out. That being said, this is not like the poop. I think they're talking about, this is more the bacteria, which is like lining most of the inside of your body, right? I assume. I don't know.
Well,
Wash your hands,
digestive
all right,
tract,
before you go touch shopping carts, please. Again,
I mean,
I'm
it's
just gonna order
all
off.
centered around E. coli, which is actually normally found in people anyway. It's just you get an outbreak of it, and then it becomes deadly or whatever.
I'll just order off Amazon forever, and I'll be fine.
That's true, because there's okay. Well, then we need to commission a study to see how much fecal bacteria is found on Amazon fresh
packages.
bags,
Amazon workers who are probably
Oh, God.
super clean
or the
and not
outside of
sweaty
the UPS
and
boxes. Oh my gosh!
Maybe. Oh God, no, we're safe.
all it takes is patient zero in a shipping office at Amazon and just send it everywhere.
Oh, you're right. That'd be awful.
Wow. Okay. In before we're sued. Seven's gonna come back
We
and be
can't-
like, "What did you all do on the
We
podcast
can't be sued by
today?"
Amazon. We rely on them so much. I just had to pay for a company to take all the Amazon boxes out of our garage because we had so many. We
It's
had a
true.
10-foot by 10-foot by 15-foot cube of cardboard from Amazon that our actual recycling company would not take. So I had to order a junk company, to come out and pick it up, which they brought a huge truck because their small one was not available.
The garage is 2 cars wide. That's
Yeah.
how big the garage door is. The entire front of the garage was solid cardboard, styrofoam, wrapping, plastic, all that.
They're lucky they brought the big truck because they filled the entire thing. And they're like, wow, I really didn't think you have that much stuff. It's like, you don't understand like how much we order off Amazon. We have ordered every piece of furniture. We've ordered everything in this house off Amazon.
Like most of the stuff in the fridge.
Everything.
At my apartment, like, I knew the UPS man by name because he stopped by almost every day. So I ordered
That's
so much.
ridiculous. This
Yeah.
guy just hates us, I bet.
Probably. See, the thing is that I didn't realize, I don't know if it's just because here or what, like, I'm used to the UPS guy coming once a day at a certain time.
We have him
Right?
come 5 times a
He
day.
literally will come here 3 times a day. Like, there's a morning delivery, and then an afternoon, and then an evening delivery.
Because we get
What?
UPS, UPSS or USPS, and then FedEx.
No,
And
like-
then if we get day shipping, they send out the college students in their Uber cars or whatever to come give the single day shipping. So that's 4 times they come to our house.
Yeah, almost every day. I don't know. I keep waiting for it to slow down, and then like yesterday would have been a slow day, but then I ordered some stuff, and so I had a bunch of boxes.
You can't judge when
It
you're
was
part
the
of the problem.
one day.
Yeah.
Don't worry, tomorrow I have a lot of stuff coming too, so it'll be fun.
Oh,
Yeah, I ordered a
jeez.
bunch of stuff as
Yeah,
well.
I've got 2 or 3 packages
I
at
think
least.
Sunday is the
coming
one
tomorrow.
day where it's slow,
Yeah.
but we had Amazon Fresh already,
Yeah.
so rip. It never stops
By
here.
the way, we really need. I don't know why anyone cares about this, but we really need to put those Amazon Fresh bags
It's
out.
piling up.
I did last night.
Okay.
There were like 25 bags in 2 tubs, and I put them out there.
This is
They
just
took
real
them all,
talk.
so they're gone.
This is just
But I
real talk
replaced
with the
them
nerds.
more today. 'cause
You guys
they
don't
brought
care
more.
about this. It's fine. Whatever.
This is like turning from a podcast into a reality show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
God.
All right. So,
Well, that was the poop story for the day.
Yeah.
And guess
Yes.
what? I bet Seven just put that in there just so he could. Oh wait, you chose that.
Yeah.
What's up with the poop stories? Why do we keep coming back to poop?
You have to.
They're
have
on
at least
every
one.
thumbnail.
There has
Yeah.
to be at least one every week.
You have to have crap to talk about, you know?
I almost swore. I'm happy I didn't. I filtered it before I said it.
Oh, well played,
Yeah.
sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this next one, I don't know. This one kind of reminds me of childhood in a horrific way. So I had to pull this up. I don't know how many of you grew up with Smokey the Bear. So like there was all these commercials and stuff on TV about preventing forest fires, and there was this
Only you.
iconic bear who was a park
Whoa,
ranger.
whoa,
with a
whoa, whoa, whoa,
hat.
whoa, whoa! They're not
and-
called forest fires. They're called wildfires. There's actually a big difference.
Now there is. Today there is. When I was a kid, it wasn't. When I was
Yeah.
a kid, it was forest fires.
Only
you can prevent forest
forest
fires. Apparently, this was a terrible idea, and we're ruining the environment now thanks to Smokey the Bear, according to this article. So the title of the article is "How the Smokey Bear Effect Led to Raging Wildfires." So, like the concept here is that you can if you take a big section of a tree and look at the rings in a tree, you can see all the little fires over time that the tree like lived through, right?
Like there's a brush fire, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
the concept is that there's, in nature, just normally, there's regular small fires, and that clears out underbrush and creates things to grow or whatever. And then around the Industrial Revolution time, when Smokey the Bear showed up, we started saying, no fires ever. And then all that stopped, which has led to this huge growth of underbrush. So now when fires break out, they're like super fires that completely destroy everything instead of the little fires that nature would have done normally.
I think the reason is because a lot of like trees in the forest, they don't have like branches lower to the ground. They're usually like 20 feet or so up, and that's where the underbrush is. So the fire can now leap from the underbrush to the canopies, and then it just spreads over the canopies and just as far as it can go. And that's what's really bad. There's actually controlled forest fires now to try to to prevent that because
Oh yeah,
of,
when there's
the
those big
buildup.
fires and stuff, they will fight it by starting fires. So like fires rushing this way, so they're like, quick, let's go over here and start a fire that goes this way, and it'll meet in the middle and burn itself out.
That is like the logic behind that baffles me. Like just without thinking about it scientifically. Like, so we have a lot of fire, so let's just add more fire to get rid of the other fire.
Burn up all the fuel.
We'll make a big freaking fire, and we don't have to worry about the little fire anymore.
God, that's how. I mean, I think that's how they stop a lot of like crops from burning, right? They like burn a line and it just hits the line and stops and won't cross it. They
Yeah.
burn a line. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
So the guy in this article is titled a fire historian. Like
What?
his job
Fire
apparently
historian.
is to study fire throughout history, and according to him, we've made a terrible mistake with Smokey the Bear, and that's why we have these big raging wildfires today. I don't know. Do you buy that?
I buy it, yeah.
I could see. I don't know if you can blame it entirely on Smokey the Bear.
I will
but-
say this though, those fires are supposed to start naturally, right? I mean, like lightning strikes, stuff like that, right? Starts naturally.
Yeah.
I think people camping in the forest and stuff like that, that's not a natural cause of those fires. I don't think that's entirely our fault. I think it's being responsible not causing a forest fire yourself You know, I feel like it should start from lightning. It should start from I don't even know what else it would start from. Lightning. Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't be us. Like if you're like, you know, if you like flick a cigarette butt and that starts a fire, you know, that shouldn't happen in the first place. That's not natural. So are we really to blame for that?
There's actually certain types of plants that only like spread their seeds and stuff after a fire.
Oh.
Like the high heat will cause the pods to open and that sort of stuff. So there's places where fire is crucial to survival of certain plants. I don't know, man. I don't know. Rip Smokey the Bear. That like, I'm just waiting for campaigns to show up that like are, you know, there's going to be protests.
What's the Smokey the Bear in the UK or something like that? It's like something the frog. I heard about this.
I don't know.
I thought there was like a frog forest or wildfire.
I'm sure there are other
activist,
versions of this concept in other countries, but I've never heard about that.
Yeah, and I would have to imagine that we are spending less time out in the forests, you know, nowadays, because we have these things called, you know, the internet and technology and cars.
Are you saying that nerds just stay on the computer all day? Like,
there are probably less people out there to cause fires, not just because Smokey the Bear told him not to light a fire, you know. That would be my guess.
Everyone spamming feels bad, man. In the chat. Oh my gosh. I love being able to see the chat so well during the podcast.
It's really easy. And it's right behind the
Yes.
camera, so it's almost like a teleprompter, like we're supposed to look at the camera, you know? Or something. I don't know.
All right. I think it's time to get to some emails. Sevidus couldn't be here today, but he did prepare a list of emails for us.
That's true.
So yeah, we'll see.
Are we still hashtag blaming Sev?
Oh, of course.
Okay,
That's
good.
just how
Yes.
this is how it works.
Oh
So-
my god, I see your screen right
see
now. Is
that?
that an actual email?
Yes.
Yes, that is
Oh
hard.
my
Let
gosh.
me-
Yeah, that's legit.
They totally can't see
it's
that.
A little bit. It's just a giant wall of pink. That's all hearts that came in one of the emails.
I can't believe he picked that one. I would have been like, no.
That's like knowing Sev though.
So
Yes.
I don't know. Any bets on how many of these are relationship advice?
I'm
Half.
guessing
I'm
at
over
least
half.
half.
Yeah, knowing us.
All right,
We are
here
the
go.
best.
We are like the relationship connoisseurs
You
of the
also
internet.
start at the top and then work our way down.
The top, I don't know if Sev realized, the top one was basically just somebody finding an excuse to link one of the best of Craigslist things.
I will allow it.
All right.
Because
All
those
right.
are pretty
So
funny.
So this is from Matt. He says, "Hello, Nerd Fusion. I was just looking for a second opinion on what to offer for this salvaged Star Destroyer. The asking price of 145,670,000 credits seemed a bit high to me, and I was just wondering what you guys think I should offer for it." And then he includes a Craigslist link, which goes to the best of Craigslist listing for an Imperial Star Destroyer. And if you guys don't know what Best of Craigslist is, we covered that in pretty good detail in one of our first podcast episodes.
I think it was like 2 or 3 or 4. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, somebody wrote up like a full-on Craigslist posting for an Imperial 2 class Star Destroyer from Star Wars. And I don't know, you want to read some from it?
I can't like read and go to the microphone. 1,600 meters in length.
This is too nerdy even for me. They're describing
I love
how
how
it
they just-
crashed, that
Look
parts
at
are
this.
still working.
1,600 meters in length. This bad boy is a maximum atmospheric speed of 975 kilometers per hour and an acceleration of greater than 2,300 Gs. Oh,
You
wow.
know what? I bet you he was nerdy enough to look that up
I
and
bet-
figure
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Like,
You know what's funny?
No, it's
is
very well researched.
Yeah, this is actual like documented lore. Like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
tons about this.
He included a picture of the Star Destroyer, which is like a destroyer like buried in the sand on Tatooine or something, and he said, you know, like the last line of the thing says, "First come, first serve. You are responsible for towing."
how would you even?
Can we be real here? I would love to build a Star Destroyer Lego model. They have one.
yeah.
It's very expensive and it's massive, but it looks so awesome. I really want to build it. So that this is like making me want to go buy it again. I don't. Isn't that one of those like massive custom ones that's like 6,000, 7,000 pieces?
The only ones that I've seen are huge.
Yeah.
they're like $400.
No, they're like thousands of dollars. I think
Oh, those?
the really big ones. I don't know.
Never mind.
I want to build one now. I think Paul's looking into it as well because he's been doing crazy Lego stuff recently. Put it on your wish list. Yeah, let's not, because that will be like a 5,000-hour build for that.
Did you read this? This superstructure is perfect for long road trips with the family, discovering new galaxies, picking up girls for dates, and general destruction of your enemies.
Hey, baby. Get in.
Have you ever seen what a Star
God.
Destroyer can do to the surface of an unshielded planet? Oh my gosh. So that's Craig's list for you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Matt. Do we have any advice about what he should list this Star Destroyer at?
145 million credits is like, that's a deal, but you gotta factor in the towing and like
It doesn't, because
repairs
it's
and
not
stuff,
running.
you know?
I don't know. If it was in working condition, I'd be more.
I would take about a third off and go 99 million because it really doesn't look like a lot of money if you take that
That's
next
true.
digit off. So maybe
Yeah.
999,000. No,
Yeah.
999. How much is that? That's a large number.
99 million.
99,999,999 credits would probably and 99 sub credits. Probably where I'd put it.
Is that related to a subreddit?
No.
Okay.
You always got to do that. So it one more, it bumps it up.
All right. So next email.
I'll read the next one.
Go ahead.
Oh, this is from Lola Lal Shishern.
What?
That is the most
I-
ridiculous name. I mean, like not in a bad way, but
That's probably like it's probably not even made up. It's probably
La
real.
la
Like,
la
whatever.
la la.
Probably their actual name.
Wait, Bacon.
And we're jerks right now.
la la la. Perfect.
Hello, Nerd Fusion. So far, I've been loving all of you. I am not the most attractive guy?
Question mark?
And I am wondering how I can boost my confidence and self-esteem. Sincerely, Walla 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 Shadowrun. P.S. You're welcome for using mostly correct punctuation. I know someone whose name rhymes with Smellidus, likes correct punctuation, and all caps on Nerd Fusion.
Smell it.
He didn't want to get made fun of by Smellidus.
Okay.
Luckily, he's not
for-
here, so we can make fun of him.
Yep.
Alright.
Okay, so he's not the most attractive guy,
Welcome to the club.
and he wants to boost confidence and self-esteem.
A
It's a
quick and
reasonable-
easy way is to go to dark places where they can't see you as well, like a bar where the lights are very dim and there's lots of alcohol.
Just make sure it's late at night.
That really
so-
ups your game.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say a vast majority of people that are not attractive. Like, isn't that pretty? What? The people you see in
Chad
like,
is very attractive. How dare you?
I'm just saying.
They are all sexy.
I'm
out
just
there.
saying. A vast majority of people,
Besides our Chad.
besides the chat and everyone listening, and us obviously, and you, are not that attractive. So honestly, you're better looking than them.
Okay.
So it's okay. Don't worry.
I kind of feel like most people don't really consider themselves attractive, and if they do consider themselves attractive, they're probably like arrogant, and you don't want to be around them.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it seems like the reasonable people, the kind of people that you want to associate with, probably don't consider themselves attractive. So whoever you're going for probably doesn't think that much of themselves either. So at least you're on kind of even footing, maybe. I don't know if that helps.
But as serious advice, like if you feel you're unattractive, then you're gonna act like you're unattractive. When you act like you're unattractive, people pick up on that. But if you go out there confident of yourself and just being comfortable in your own skin, just accept who you are. You can't change it. You're born with it. Just that's who you are. Just be happy with who you are. Go out and be confident, and that people pick up on the confidence, and your physical looks don't matter as much as if you're just a confident person that can just walk up to people and hang out. So just be accept who you are. I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah. Now,
This is, like, deep.
when I was younger and actually cared about these kind of things, my tactic was always to distract and overcompensate. Meaning, what I tended to do would be wear something completely absurd. For example,
Like a fedora.
like I sometimes I would go to high school dressed in a full suit and tie with giant rubber galoshes. Like rain boots that were like knee-high rain
You
boots.
were that guy?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I would wear whatever ridiculous, unexpected, one day it would be decked out in black goth stuff, and the next day I'd be wearing clown pants, like everything. And I kept people confused and guessing and whatever, and I loved getting these ridiculous reactions from people. And to me, that was my way of putting something else out into the world in front of me because I wasn't confident about how I actually looked.
Chet brings up a good point as well. So so Dan is accept yourself. Bacon says wear ridiculous clothes. I would say grow a beard. That helped me a bit, I think. So,
Yeah.
I mean, beards
Do you
are
feel
fun.
more confident now that
Yeah,
you're
I love
bearded?
it.
That moved you from middle school to adult.
Yeah,
You
basically.
were like,
Even if I'm
I
still
thought you
ugly,
were-
at least I look older, which I guess is
I thought
more
you were
like
in middle school when I
yeah.
first met you.
Dude,
It was
oh
like-
my gosh. I looked at some of my old videos. I look like I'm 10. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, if you can grow one, try one. I didn't even know I could grow one. I just let it happen.
Seeing the chat reaction, I should clarify. I'm not actually saying that that's good advice. I'm just saying that that's what I did. Like when I wore something absurd and I knew it was absurd and I was getting laughs from people, I didn't. It boosted my confidence, right? You know what I mean? Like it wasn't me just like going, "Hey, I hope people don't think I'm lame or whatever." They're like, I charged in there like, "Hey, look at me! Look at this stupid thing I have on," and I felt confident. And that led me to getting, friends with people because they saw me as this confident guy that didn't care what people thought of him or whatever. Even though I didn't feel confident, like if I hadn't been doing that or whatever. I'm not saying it's good advice. That's just what I did. It got me through high school anyway.
No, I agree, man. Confidence is important. You got to find ways to build
So
it.
hopefully there's something, I don't know. Plus there's the whole issue of like, why do you really need to boost your like attractiveness? Like, does it, I really feel like people that matter aren't going to care about that anyway. People that are going to get hung up on that and not want to be around you because they don't think you're attractive, then it's not really the kind of people you want to be friends with anyway.
What's the next one?
All right, this is from Anonymous. The subject is help, what do? I like this guy who just graduated. I'm going to be a junior, and he's kind of friends with my brother. We went on a school trip, and he sat across from me on the bus. We also sat next to each other during a Broadway musical. My friends think he likes me, but my brother says he's just friendly. I'm very shy, and my friends say that he's kind of shy, and I don't know what to do. I don't want to mess this up because I previously broke up with another of my brother's friends, and it was a big mistake. Okay, so
First of all, those sentences, wow. I gotta be serious for a minute. Whoa. That was just small sentence, ramble. You started almost every sentence with I or we. I. Okay, sorry. Okay, moving on.
Thank you, Papa Sev,
Mm-hmm.
for giving.
All right. So this is a girl emailing in.
She's a junior in high school. That's
Okay.
grade 11. And the guy she's talking about just graduated last year.
So he's going to college,
Yeah, so
and she's a junior.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's a 2-year difference, which isn't that big of a deal.
And her brother is saying, "Nah, he's not into you."
So they sat next to each other on a bus and next to each other at a Broadway musical. Why were they at a Broadway musical? Did they go together? Was it a date? What happened?
I don't know. She didn't provide that
Because
information.
if you're both at like the same place and it's like with
I like how vital information is that he sat across from me on a bus, not next to me, not
Yeah,
with me.
but
He was over there.
across.
That's within 10 feet. That counts, right?
no, we sat next to each other at a Broadway musical.
Yeah, there's no mention of they talked. There's no mention
Or
of
like
he said anything.
why
Like,
was it for
he
yeah.
sat next to her. That's got to mean something. He could have sat anywhere.
Okay.
He sat next to her.
Okay, so there's a lot of people in the chat that are immediately like calling this guy creepy or something. If he is the guy that she's talking about, because the issue is he's college age now and she's in high school.
The problem is when you're junior, you're also like underage too, typically. What, you're like
Yeah.
17?
I kind of feel like regardless of whether he's into you or not, it's probably a bad idea.
It's probably a bad idea.
I dated a college girl when I was in high school. It was a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
It turned out horrible, and I regretted it.
Two very
like,
different
not
worlds.
even-
At the time when I was dating a college, I was I was 15 actually, and I dated a girl that was in college. Which,
What?
yes,
Bacon.
in
What?
retrospect,
Damn.
like
Wow.
at the time,
It's got game.
at the time, I thought I was the luckiest kid in the
Holy
entire town. Right? I'm like, sweet, and then it turned out horrible. She like totally got all stalkery and like it was bad. Like
Dang.
so take my life advice. When you're in high school, don't date college people. You might think it's awesome, but you're wrong, okay? You're wrong.
Yeah.
I see a lot of
It's
people.
a bad idea.
I see a lot of people that are young have issue with the distance thing between college and high school. This happens a lot. Like, especially even at the same age and you go to two different colleges, you're so far away at that young of an age, you're just like, you need to be like physically together a lot because they can't handle it. Like being far away, it's weird. So I don't know. That also would.
But we at Nerd Fusion encourage all our youth to get an education. Love comes later. Focus on that high school diploma and get into college.
Money gets the. Well, I can't say that word. Money gets the babes.
You can't do both. You can't
Mo money.
have love and education.
You can, but love is just distracting. It can be.
Bacon just dated the wrong college person. Well, that's kind of my point. And no, I don't think that this girl is suggesting any sort of illegal relationship. I don't think that she's talking about her being underage. And
I just
him
don't think
being
there's enough
whatever.
there to go after it.
I don't know, man. I'm a big believer in trying to respect the different, like, such a point of life where you're changing, right? Like, you are so different between every single year of high school. You're like a different person than you were the year before, and then when you graduate and you go on to college, you're a completely different person. And I don't think it's a good idea.
When I was 17, I wasn't dating anyone, right? That's how I discovered Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what happened from that. So maybe
pretty soon you were puking and
That's true.
setting the videos all over the internet.
it was beautiful. And now I'm here.
Please, no more
with 3
relationship
jerks on a
advice.
couch.
Okay, well, just for you, I'm going to read another relationship advice.
Oh God.
Actually, I have no idea. I haven't read these in advance here. Seven pre.
I bet he
these.
planned these
I
to
don't
be
even think
like a
he
little
does
weird.
either. I think he just grabs them random.
Yeah. This is interesting. This actually is not advice or anything. It's just like information that this person thought would be interesting.
Latvian myths?
Yes, from Anonymous. The subject is Latvian myths. These are a few of Latvian myths or beliefs. If you spill salt, your family will have a big argument. If you're born past midnight, you're a witch. If you give a watch to a person for his birthday, you're giving him a death boom. If you throw out your hair, you will have a headache, so you have to burn your hair. Yeah, and that's the last one. And if I continued, the list would be huge. P.S. Love your podcast.
Is that why I have headaches all the time?
Yeah, because you're
threw my hair
supposed
away.
to burn your hair, Dan.
Damn it.
You're doing it wrong.
Okay, I can see the
And
first one.
Isn't everyone born after midnight? Because
Oh, that's true.
when does it become
Oh,
before
you're-
and after? Because
You're
it's
getting,
always
You're getting
That's
technical.
true,
midnight
Dan.
until it's.
I mean, is it
midnight
tomorrow? Because technically it's not today, or
Yesterday you said tomorrow.
I don't even know.
again. Just do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, I can see the first one, the salt thing, because didn't salt used to be really expensive? So if you just like waste that, I'm sure you get into an
Well, if you
argument.
spill salt, everyone's gonna be salty.
Yeah.
so
Oh
that
my
makes
gosh,
sense.
that makes so much sense now.
Yeah.
Everyone's salty.
If you give
This reminds me. Okay, yeah, we talk about poop every week, but we also seem to talk about like myth stuff every week.
Do
too.
we?
Because last week was we talked about fan death and that what was the
Talked about Bigfoot and stuff.
yeah
Oh
we talked
yeah.
about Bigfoot.
Oh man. And poop.
This is a recurring theme. These sorts of myths, so this fits right.
Next
in
week,
here.
I better see emails about poop myths. Something. I don't know.
We need to match it up together and have poop myths.
We're gonna have
Oh
so
my
much poop
gosh.
in our what's it called? The thumbnails. It's gonna be great.
And the amount of salt in the chat right now is
So much
hysterical to
salt.
me.
From should
So
I read the
okay,
next
I
one?
don't get. Can someone explain why giving a watch to a person is a death omen?
Because they'll be able to see the time
It's
pack.
like
I don't
counting
know.
down the seconds remaining in your life or something. I don't understand that one at
Come
all.
up with a connection, but it's hard. Like,
Do we have any Latvians in the chat?
Yeah, any Latvians like explain why giving a watch is someone's death? Is it like saying your time is running out, or I don't know? Like it's.
I don't know.
Like I don't know. That's weird.
I mean, there's lots of stuff like. I don't know. It's interesting to me how like every culture seems to have their own little quirks like
What's
this.
our quirks of our culture?
Oh, there's all sort like step on a crack, break your mother's back.
Oh yeah, the breaking a mirror,
breaking a mirror,
black cats.
Walking
black
under a ladder.
cats,
Yeah,
walking
we have a
under
lot of weird
ladder.
ones.
Mhm.
Horseshoes being lucky,
Mhm.
all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
And a lot of those originated in other
Yeah.
countries and stuff. And
Prostitutes
came
are
here,
bad,
but-
you know,
Yeah.
like all this random
Yeah.
stuff.
Wrap it before you tap it. You know, all that.
No gloves, no love.
I've never heard that.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make myself blush. Okay. And there's the whole like, what is it? China with the number 4 thing. You know what I'm talking about? I think it's Chinese culture where the number 4
Japanese
means death,
culture.
or is it Japanese?
Japanese
I don't
culture.
know.
I'm a big enough weeaboo to know
Where
that.
number 4 means death, so
Yeah.
you'll
Or
have
it's
like
just bad.
a 50-story building that's only 30 stories tall because they took out all the 4s from the elevator. Or whatever. So
Is
anyway,
it both? Okay, well, it might
thank
be
you,
both then.
Anonymous, for the Latvian myths. I had never heard most
Oh yeah,
of
and
those.
the number 13. Forgot about that one.
Mhm.
All right, there's another anonymous one. Question to Nerd Fusion. Hey guys, my question is, how do you think virtual reality will affect streaming? How can it be implemented properly from your point of view?
I think do I have the most experience with this?
I guess you've played.
I've
think
done
you've
I've
used
done
it the
VR
most.
streams
Yeah.
before.
Alright.
So right now it's really bad because if you've ever seen, there's actually VR videos out there on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and just type in like VR roller coaster ride or like anything, you'll find VR videos out there. But they require you to have a VR headset to watch. And it's a little weird because you also can't move around. Like it's kind of like a locked VR perspective to whatever the person recording the video did. So there's a lot of things and a lot of potential here. The main one, they need to make a way so the player or the streamer can play in VR and then it will output a non-stereoscopic view so you can
Yeah.
watch like a normal monitor, which I heard they're working on this and everything. But like I'd love to be able to play like Elite Dangerous with my VR headset and then have it output a because it looks like bubbles, like you have to look in like 2 lenses.
Yeah.
But if you guys could just watch a normal monitor of that, that'd be amazing.
That seems to be, right now at least, the piece that's kind of missing
Yeah.
to all this, especially with the HoloLens. I mean, when they were doing that demo and it required that whole other camera and
Yeah.
stuff, and I feel like this happens a lot with new technology, right? Like new tech shows up, and in the beginning, everything related to it is super expensive and a bit kludgy. And then, time passes, they get better with the tech, more of it's sold, so the price goes down, and then the tools improve. Like, that's how this is going to work, I think, assuming that it actually catches on and people, assuming that consumers actually want the stuff, which
Yeah.
I'm still kind of, I don't know.
I remember early '90s, the VR was the big thing, and it was gonna catch on and be huge.
Power Glove, anyone? Power Glove, right? That was going to change the world.
Do you remember the big things at malls they had? Like these, you could rent these like big suits that would have virtual reality headsets that you could wear.
I'm way too young for this.
Massive, yeah, and it died out really fast.
I feel like companies have been trying to get this to happen for a long time, and I'm sorry, as cool as it is, I'm not sold on the concept of there being mass market consumer appeal yet.
We're just not there yet,
I also
technology-wise.
Even if it does get there, I don't even see it being big in the streaming world, just because of how complicated it is. Like,
Yeah.
okay, if I put on a VR headset, I can't look at chat at all, and there goes all the interaction for streaming and everything. I just don't think VR will ever be a big thing on stream. Which was specifically his question, but like in entertainment, I think it will get big eventually when the price
Unless
gets way
there's
lower.
some easy way for people at home to experience the VR that you're experiencing, streaming it, you're just doing a normal stream with people watching with a headset on.
The biggest thing though, I want to see movies shot in like 8K where there's a lot of the scene you don't see, so you can then put a VR headset on and be the camera, and you can look around, like you have like a good 20 degrees of view. So if you want to look at something over there, you totally can. That wasn't even in the shot to begin with. You wouldn't even know it's there.
I imagine that set
there's the
designers.
cameraman.
Yeah,
imagine
right.
the set designers are dreading that day.
Yeah.
Because they're, they have to make the set look right for where the
gonna be, like,
camera
all
is. Imagine
CG.
if they have to make it look right.
It's a
on
lot
all
more work.
sides.
That's true. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. One day we'll have the holodecks from Star Trek.
Yeah.
One day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna happen.
That'll be
in our
cool.
lifetime,
They
but-
actually they have those. At certain colleges, they have VR
Yeah.
rooms where you walk into and they project on all the walls and everything.
Yeah, we're not at the point where like you can.
Oh,
interact,
yeah.
You can physically touch it and
Yeah.
interact.
Now,
with it.
to be clear, I love messing around with new tech, right? So, like, the absolute soon as I can get my hands on any of this stuff and stream it, like, I'll be all over that. I think all of us in Nerd Fusion would be. But as far as predictions of stuff, I think we're still. It needs more time. It needs more time, I think.
I did not bring my Oculus. I accidentally left it in my friend's, my roommate's room. So now he has an Oculus Rift and I don't.
Rip.
I can mail it to you.
No, I'm just gonna order another one.
Yeah, you can get a better model.
Yeah, I think they keep coming up with the new development kits.
Mm-hmm.
But it was cool.
Let's see. For sake of time, let's skip that one and go straight to the hearts.
The massive
To
wall
the
of heart
hearts,
emojis.
all the hearts. So many hearts. Okay, this is from James. The subject is heart spam and question. I go by James even though my email says Connor. I hope you enjoy my heart spam, and yes, there's a question after the heart spam, and then heart spam. So yes, relationship advice.
Our favorite.
Yeah, I don't know if you like these or if they're annoying, but there's this girl at my school. We've been friends since January, and we're talking every night until about 3 weeks ago when I texted her and she never responded. I kind of like her, but I know she doesn't like me as more than just a friend. Her name is Adara. What should I do to get her to talk to me again? And no, I don't believe I've done anything that could have gotten her to stop talking to me. Thanks for the help in the Neffy t-shirt. Hope you enjoyed my heart spam.
You may not think you did something, but you did something. You've been talking since January, and she just stopped?
Sometimes guys and girls just lose interest in someone, and they don't want to break up, so they just cut all contact. Like, especially if it's long distance, like just one day, poof, they'll just won't respond anymore.
What you said, what James / Connor, James said that he knows that she's not into him, right?
Oh.
He said that.
Friend
he knows that she's not into him. But, so it sounds like you are fine with the friend zone. You just want to make sure that you're still actually in the friend zone, right? Like, that's the way I read this.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right. Doesn't sound like she's into you, or she'd be texting you back, right?
Yeah.
But this is a question about it's not how to win the heart of the girl, it's how do I stay in the friend zone.
How do I stay in the friend zone? That's
I mean, there's multiple levels of friend zoning, you know.
Yeah.
There's like from tier 1 to 5, as we all know.
I mean, personally, when I'm in a situation like that, when someone appears to not be talking and I want to continue whatever, I try to look for a solid excuse, as in like some good reason for contacting.
mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I know that you're into such and such a band. They're gonna be in town on Friday. Just wanted to let you know. I don't know, something. If you know them, then you should know what they're into and what is going to be a good reason for talking to them, and then you can use that to kind of piggyback. Or like, hey, you left your shoe at my house. When can I come and get this back to you? Like that's a reason, like a legitimate reason to talk, so that it would be dumb for them to ignore that, and then just go from there.
Or we could like not overthink this. It says girl at my school, so maybe middle school or high school. She
Yeah.
could have lost her phone. Her parents could have taken it away.
I had that thought too. Maybe mom and dad said, you are not going to text that boy anymore.
Yeah, well, you're done, little girl.
And it is summer, so it might be hard to get in contact with other ways.
Mm-hmm.
No, Chad, I was not suggesting that he steal her shoes so that he
Yeah.
can talk
What
to
an
her
elaborate
again.
Sneak
plan.
into her bedroom at night when she's asleep.
Break and
take
enter into her
shoe.
house. Commit.
No, that's not. Nerd Fusion does not condone breaking and entering, okay?
God.
That's not what
That's
I
how you
meant.
get the girl back, all right?
That's the surefire way to be in the friend zone. Steal her shoes.
I would just give it time, man. I mean, with school starting somewhat soon, I mean, worst comes to worst, you'll see her at school. And if it's not meant to be even friends, then don't force it. No one wants to like be forced to be friends with anyone, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I gotta be forced to be friends with Dan, but whatever.
Right. I mean, yeah.
He buys me groceries and a nice couch, so I put up with it.
And then you all bicker about the housework on Twitter.
Maybe.
Who
didn't wash this plate?
We have Twitter fights.
I'm sorry for leaving the pasta boxes out, okay, Dan? God.
Oh, well, I think that's all we have time for. Thank you so much, everyone, for submitting these emails that we just read. If you want to contact us with something, especially things that aren't relationship advice, the email for that is podcast@nerdfusion.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Poop myths. Make sure you send in the poop myths for next week. Just
poop
to confuse Sevidus. He may actually watch it before then.
Mythical poop stuff. We're actively looking for that. And be sure to label it at Sevidus. You know, so that
and try to disguise it because he doesn't pre-read these. Try to disguise the actual title.
Yeah.
So it cues to what it is, so we'll know, but he won't know.
So I would recommend link baiting the subject for Sevidus, something about otters or orange juice, and then he'll be sure to read it, and then it'll all be about poop.
Yep.
It sounds like a perfect, and nobody's going to tell him, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And he's totally not going to be like editing this to put it on YouTube.
He won't know though. He won't. No. Yeah.
He probably won't even listen. He'll just do it so fast.
Probably not. Okay, so if you want to subscribe to the podcast, you can get it video form on YouTube, youtube.com/nerdfusion, or subscribe to the RSS feed, or on iTunes. You can find us there, rate the show if you'd like it, and that sort of stuff. N3F.TV/podcast for the feed there, or /iTunes for the iTunes feed. And final shout out to the shirts, the Neffy Blue Foil, and our TwitchCon shirts that are all still for sale. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back again next Sunday at 2 p.m. He put a V in chat again. He was trying to link the t-shirt and he put a V in chat. And now the chat is solid V spam.
I hate you, chat.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, gosh.
Someone has to actually turn the stream off now.
I got it.
Bye.
This is it.